Hello and welcome to the Butler Collegian Newscast. I'm James Andrews.
And I'm Jake Kaufman. Thanks for tuning in to our first newscast in the studio this year.
Butler Blue IV has been nominated to become a part of the Mascot Hall of Fame. He made it to the final round of voting last week along with 9 other nominees. The 2021 inductees will be announced on November 5th and inducted next June. If Blue is inducted, he will become the first live mascot to join this Hall of Fame.
Scheduling for all undergraduate students for the spring 2022 semester will begin on Monday, November 1st. Scheduling is on a first-come, first-served basis. In order to be eligible to schedule for classes, you must make an appointment with your advisor. To find a list of all classes being offered next semester, visit your Student Center page on mybutler.edu.
Spooky season is upon us, dogs. Want to get in the spirit? The Sigma Chi Fraternity House is hosting a haunted house on Friday, October 29th, starting at 8 o'clock. There are going to be over 20 scarers set to be dressed up and hidden around the entire house, so be sure to grab some friends and see if you can make it all the way through. The door fee is only $10, and all proceeds will go towards the Huntsman Cancer Foundation.
There's a lot of people in the house who have been deeply affected by cancer, with whether it's family or something like that. So it's really nice to just get everybody together and do something for a good cause.
The part I'm looking forward to the most is probably seeing everyone's reaction after they're done walking through the haunted house. Obviously, this requires a lot of work, and I'm just really looking forward to having everyone just be excited. And it's for a great cause, so it's really just a win-win for everyone.
That it is. And you know, James, the best part may be that they will be serving warm apple cider for anyone waiting in line.
What if I told you some of the best food in Indianapolis has been right here on campus all along? And no, I'm not talking about Atherton, Resco, or Plum Market, but rather Cafe South. Cafe South is located in the South Campus building and has a menu that is geared towards what college students actually want. Their menu includes quesadillas, hamburgers, grilled cheese, soups, salads, and more.
You know, what makes this job special is that we can be creative, that we can, you know, do wild stuff, just go crazy. There's nobody saying, hey, you have to make money or that much money on something. We just can go crazy and make something and lose money on it. But we had fun doing it.
I just wanted a different kind of food, and when I came here, the chef was the nicest person we've ever met, and so he always makes us whatever we want, and it's so fun.
Normally a chef doesn't interact with the customers as much as I have the chance, and that makes it really fun. You know, you get to know people, you get to see them for a couple of years, and you know, sometimes after 4 years it's hard, you know, seeing them go, but that's truly my favorite part of the job.
Students can use their out-on-town dollars in dog bucks, and they're open from 10:30 to 7 Monday through Thursday and until 1:30 on Fridays.
That's all for this week in news. Now we will send it over to Ethan and Veronica, who have some Butler athletic updates in the Sports Corner.
Thanks, James. Welcome to the Butler Sports Corner. I'm Ethan Pollock, joined by my co-host Veronica Smith. It's been a busy week for the Butler Athletics. Veronica, what have the dogs been up to this week?
That's right, Ethan. There was a lot of action for our Butler athletes this week. We'll start with the women's basketball team. With the team being split of 8 returners and 8 newcomers, head coach Kurt Godlewski wanted to make sure he established the goals for the team early. Since it has been 26 years since Butler's women's basketball team has been in the NCAA tournament, Godlewski said they are going to honor the number 26 in everything that they do this season. The players of the women's basketball team 26 years ago reached out to and shared advice with the current 2021-2022 roster. Godlewski said their messages were powerful and left an impact on the team. Their messages of putting in the work today, holding people accountable, and the concept behind the number 26 will be a constant motivation for this team throughout the year. They start off their official season on November 10th playing Indiana University at our very own Hinkle Fieldhouse. Ethan, what are the men's basketball updates?
The men's basketball team is ready to make their return to a packed house at Hinkle Fieldhouse. For the upcoming season, Butler has added more players than they lost to their starting lineup. The Bulldogs hold the highest percentage of returning minutes from last year, including graduates Aaron Thompson and Bryce Enzi. The addition of graduate transfer Ty Gross from Eastern Michigan to pair with Enzi will give Butler an advantage with controlling the paint. The emergence of Butler's top scorer, Chuck Harris, will be crucial as he is now a year older and will be looking to pick up where he left off. After strengthening the team chemistry and experience, the Bulldogs are built for another chance at the big dance in March. Head coach LaVall Jordan is excited to be back playing inside a packed house.
It was great this past Saturday to have have some fans in to open it up to the public. I know our guys were a little excited to know how special it is, and I don't think our guys take that for granted. They're looking forward.
Butler will play their season opener on October 30th in an exhibition game against Tiffin University. Veronica, how's the women's volleyball team doing?
The women's volleyball team's official season is already a month in. They are 6-4 in their conference and are just coming off a win as they beat St. John's University on the road 3-1. St. John's started the game off winning the first match 26-24, but then Butler powered through and won the next 3 matches to win the game. They won the second set 27-25, the third set 25-14, and the fourth and final set 25-17. Throughout the whole game, they had 54 kills, 54 digs, and 14 blocks. Offensively, Brittany Robinson led the team in kills with 15, and Jameson Kinley helped the Bulldogs defensively with 17 digs. Their next game is Friday, October 29th at Xavier. Ethan, how's the football team doing?
On Saturday, October 23rd, the Butler football team fell just short against the top-seeded Davidson Wildcats with a final score of 49-35. Both teams dialed in on the run as they combined for 592 total rushing yards. Redshirt junior A.J. Deinhardt led the way for the Bulldogs, finishing with 96 rushing yards, including a 53-yard touchdown. Junior Brett Bushka joined the party, scoring one of his 3 total touchdowns on the day on a 4-yard rush. Butler drops to 2-6 on the season, still in search of their first conference win. The Bulldogs will return on the turf on Saturday, October 30th at 1 p.m. against the Dayton Flyers.
Our Bulldog athletes are doing amazing, and we wish them great luck as they continue through their seasons.
That is all we have tonight in the Butler Sports Corner. I'm Ethan Pollock.
And I'm Veronica Smith. Thanks for tuning in, Bulldogs.
Thanks, Veronica and Ethan. We can't wait to see the men's basketball team tip off for their first exhibition game this Saturday at Hinkle Fieldhouse.
Next, we will pass it off to Tori Dennis, who sat down with a Butler grad student doing some big things.
Thanks, guys. My name is Tori Dennis, and I'm here today with Jamie Dilk, a Butler CCOM grad student, to talk about her experience auditioning for The Voice. Thanks for joining us today, Jamie. So, as a master's student with a full-time job, what prompted you to audition for The Voice this year?
Singing is one of my biggest passions, and I actually auditioned for The Voice last year, so I just felt inclined to audition again because you never know what could happen.
Yeah, I love that. So I'd love to know a little bit more about the auditioning process. Could you go into more detail about your first audition?
Yeah, so there's a couple different rounds before you would get to what most people know as the blind audition. So there's the first round where you sing one song. It's just 1 minute and 30 seconds, 1 verse, 1 chorus. It's live, even though it's virtual, it's like live filmed in that moment. You have a time, and then after that, which is the round that I have made it past so far, there is a second round, which mine is on Friday this week. You have to submit 3 songs, which you get to choose. There's a list that they send you of ones that you shouldn't do, but really the world is your oyster or whatever. You can choose whatever songs you want to do. And I'm actually going to a local recording studio in Broad Ripple to do my auditions for round 2.
So now that you've kind of made your arrangements for round 2, what are you going to do to prepare for your audition or your songs?
Yeah, so and all the free time that I don't have, I'm just going to be singing and practicing any chance I can get, making sure that I know the words, making sure that I feel confident about, getting ready for that next audition. And on Friday, I'm actually taking a half day for work so I can focus on it and really make it a priority and go. And yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. You only get 1 week in between the first round and the second round, so it's a really quick turnaround. So you don't get a lot of time to prep, but I'll do as much as I can.
So now that you're kind of getting into the next round and what the auditions look like, do you know when live rounds will be? I know you're in contact with a producer that's arranged your second round.
Yes, so I've actually had little communication with them so far about next steps, but they do ask you to fill out a casting audition basically form, so that if you were chosen to advance to the live auditions or the blinds is what they're referred to as, that would already be done. I think filming would take place, don't quote me on this, but I think it's June through, if you made it all the way to the end, it's like December of 2022. So.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Jamie.
Of course.
Best of luck in your audition. We will definitely all be cheering you on as a fellow dog.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Tori. Best of luck to Jamie with her journey on The Voice. That's all for this week's Butler Collegian Newscast. To stay up to date with all things news on Butler's campus, visit us online at butlercollegian.com or on Twitter at Butler Collegian.
We hope you enjoyed our first newscast here in the studio. While we won't be here every week, our goal is to have a newscast here at least once a month. So until then, Maeve will be picking up her newscast next week. For the Butler Collegian, I'm Jay Kaufman.
And I'm James Andrews. Let's have a great week, dogs.